Oh, my God.
Mrs. Slat.
No smokers, it'll give us the edge over the pupils.
No smokers?
Mr. Slat!
Mr. Slat, you pay no attention to me whatsoever, and I have several knee-related issues to raise with you.
What issues? And stop talking to me where people could see.
But my knee complaint, I've got a serious knee complaint, and you just take no interest.
Well, what knee complaint? What's wrong with them?
Well, if you must know, Mr. Slat, and I just have to talk to someone, there are too many.
Too many?
Far too many.
No, listen.
Too many knees?
Certainly more than is strictly necessary.
Well, how does that work exactly? Can you do tricks?
She's not talking about her knees. She's talking about staff knees.
What, too many staff knees? We have twice as many knees as teachers.
Well, it certainly seems that way.
But that's the right number. 2 knees per teacher, that's all we have. We don't employ knees on an individual basis. We'd look ridiculous. I'm really having this conversation.
But do they have to be exposed? That's my point. There could be a horrid accident. Someone could just suddenly get all silly and distracted and suddenly take off in a public place. Oh, for heaven's sake, do we need all these radiators?
Mr. Slat, your mother...
I've heard quite enough of your theories concerning my mother.
And I haven't finished about knees.
Fine, great. Let's stick with knees then. Mr. Slat, I have to report additional knees in the building. Specifically, Mr. Slat, those very knees that parted on your first view of this world. Your mother is here. Your mother is in the building. Your mother is in this school, which you are also in. Your mother, to sum up, is here. Can I take this opportunity to remind you of one small but important detail? Breathing. That's in and out. It'll all come back to you.
She's here.
Downstairs. She just arrived.
Shouldn't somebody warn her about all the knees bobbing about in case she gets a horrid fright?
But I made her promise not to come.
That may not be enough.
Quiet, Amanda.
Miss Albert, nobody with a mother. No, forget that bad idea. She promised. I made her promise, and now she's here, and she's going to spoil everything.
Don't you think you should go down and talk to her?
She always did this, you know. She always followed me to school to make fun of me in front of my friends.
I think you should go down and say hello.
The deranged, diseased old harpy. How could she do this to me?
Just stay calm.
No, how could she do this, the bitch?
What's the matter?
I said a bad word about my mother.
Well, it's okay. I don't think she could hear you.
What? Oh, yes. Sorry about that. Miss Tripley, Miss Travis. And now, if you'll excuse me for 1 moment. Oh. Yes, Miss Travis?
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm in my naughty cupboard. Shouldn't be too long. It was only a minor offence. Thank you.
He's got a naughty cupboard too, thank heaven for that. I thought I was a bit abnormal.
Hello, girls.
Hello, Mr. McGill. Nice packet.
No, we are not doing this. Will you two please come out of your naughty cupboards? This once, Susie, just don't get involved. Just turn around, just walk away. I mean, for God's sake, she's just your mother! We've all got mothers, you know, and it's okay. All right, they are genetically programmed to make us feel bad. That's just revenge for us leaving home. But do you think anyone else in this school spends their days cowering about what their mothers might think? So it's time to stand up for yourself. Look her in the eye and tell her you're a fully grown adult whether she damn well likes it or not.
You're so right.
Phone her right now.
I don't do this.
It's time I want your phone.
Yes.
Janet? Janet? Mr. Slatt? R.I.P. Eva Slatt, beloved mother to Eric. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Mr. Nixon. Mr. Nixon, I think Mr. Slatt is on the verge of a really serious nervous breakdown and possibly a fatal heart attack.
Well, you haven't been here long, but you've certainly grasped the basics.
No, this is a worse breakdown than the normal one. Mother! If you see what I mean.
Ah.
Have you seen his mother anywhere? She's round the place somewhere.
Well, matter of fact, I was just looking for her.
Not a good sign. We've got to find her.
Well, how did he manage to lose her in the first place? I mean, finding her isn't exactly going to be easy in the circumstances.
Mother!
We've got to do something.
Yes, I quite see what you mean. The man's unbalanced. I've always said so.
Where is my mother? I demand to speak to my mother immediately.
We're just looking, okay?
Listen, I'll try the staff room.
Good idea.
Once and for all, I'm going to sort this out. No more Mr. Loser Pants. No more naughty cupboards.
But for the sake of the rest of us, do you think you could behave like a mature, reasonable person? Now, if that's too much to ask, just say.
Enough, thank you.
And here she is.
Okay, Mr. Reasonable. Let's see you fly.
Mr. Nixon, I should like to see my mother.
Certainly. Bit of an accident, obviously. Knocked over by somebody, perhaps, or maybe even just a slight draft. Nobody's fault. Well, needless to say, I realise it's a bit upsetting. But, no real harm done, though.
Mr. Nixon, I can't help noticing that this isn't my mother. It's a pile of cigarette ash with the stubs taken out.
Well, you seem very sure of that.
Well, yes.
Well, my goodness, you certainly know your mother. I don't think I could tell the difference. Now, I just thought, you know, in the circumstances with your mother being missing, that maybe this would do instead. No? Right then, well, never mind. Carry on.
Of course. The urn. He must have seen the urn.
The urn, yes.
Must have got the wrong end of the stick.
Yes.
About your mother.
My mother. It's funny, isn't it? My mother's big now, but one day...
Maybe you should have a little sit down now.
Mr. Humboldt!
Or maybe you could try another shot in your naughty cupboard. Would you like that?
I haven't lost my mind, Miss Travis. In fact, I have just gained it. I finally realized that I will never put my mother in this urn until I've proven I'm not a loser. Mr. Humboldt, the match starts now, and this is the trophy.
Right, yes.
Mr. Slat.
Assemble the pupils team.
They're already out there. They're practicing.
Assemble the staff team.
Could I have a quick word with you about that, Mr. Slat?
This isn't a time for words, Mr. Humboldt. This is a time for action. Right, you lot. The match has been brought forward. Prepare for football destruction.
Where's the rest of your team, then?
Oh, they'll be here. Don't you worry, Mr. Street Lamp. They'll be along any minute now.
They won't.
What?
You said no moustaches, no French teachers, no yes voters in the strike ballot, no smokers, no drama teachers.
Yes, what's your point?
Well, as such, you're the only one, so to speak.
The only one. Just me? Oh, Mr. McKill, thank God you're here. I was beginning to think I was completely alone.
No. Actually, I'm playing on the pupils team.
What?
Sorry.
Why?
Well, to make up the numbers.
But what about my numbers? What about me? You're supposed to be on my team.
Well, you said I wasn't allowed. I'm in a choir.
We've just been for a coffee. And a chat about you.
God, why did you have to make two of those?
Isn't anybody on your team?
Well, he's not very popular, you know.
Actually, nobody's ever wanted to play with him.
Right, you lot. I suppose you all think I'm going to lose, don't you? I suppose you all think I don't stand a chance. Well, aren't you all wrong? Because there's just one little thing you've all forgotten.
What?
No one else is allowed to kick the football.
Why not?
Because, Sonny, because... it's my ball. And it's Slat now. It's Eric's Slat. Look at that. Look at it. Come on, look at it. Look at it. He's past one defender. He's past another. It's go! Look at that. He's going to score. Yes! 73 now. 73 now. Coming up again. He's coming up again. Yes! Straight in the corner. Yes! Yes!
Well, Janet, I suppose that's Eric and his mother together at last.
Forever.
Poor old Eric.
I blame the fertility drugs myself. He was never quite the same after the sextuplets. Frankly, he just couldn't cope with having 7 of us around the house.
Goodbye now, Dave.